Miss Cuba. And of course, we would like to thank our sponsor, my favorite footwear provider, Alberto Philippines, the official heels provider of Miss Earth. Hello, Miss Cuba.
Hello everyone, how are you all? ¿Cómo estás? Buenas and good morning or good night depending on where you are. I am Sheyla Ravelo Perez, your Miss Earth Cuba 2022. I am a full-time first-generation college student studying medical education as well as chemistry, and I'm also a medical assistant and a model. I'm 23 years old and I'm so excited to be here with you today. While my advocacy is all-encompassing, I do focus on primarily the areas of promoting cleanups as a way to combat pollution in our society, as well as sustainable fashion. And I've partnered with several organizations to do so. So in my partnerships with Queenly and EarthDay.org most namely, I'm able to really highlight and expand the reach of my voice in advocacy of these causes. So in support of my sustainable fashion platform, I've actually committed to sourcing most of my competition wardrobe for this upcoming pageant sustainably. And as far as cleanups go, I have had the honor and the privilege to be named a global cleanup ambassador by Earth Day for my efforts to clean up our world. My chosen fauna is coral. And while you may not have known that was a fauna, it is quite an interesting animal. It is really the unsung hero of our environment, and so that is why I chose it. I want to highlight its classification as a fauna, and especially its classification as a keystone species, in the hopes that more organizations will join me in dedicating more time, money, and resources towards its conservation. Because if we lose our coral reefs, we're not just losing an animal. We are losing a beacon of our environment and our ecosystems. Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Earth, Cuba.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Actually, I had the privilege to visit your beautiful country a couple of years ago. And I have a question about biodiversity in Cuba. What are your thoughts about biodiversity there? Do you have biodiversity loss, and what would be your concrete action plan?
Of course. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time with us while you
I
were
did.
here. Glad to hear it. Cuba is an incredibly biodiverse country, not only in terms of environment and which ecosystems, but in terms of our fauna and our flora as well. We actually have almost every kind of ecosystem represented on the island, from wetlands to coral reefs to mangrove forests to even rainforests. And so this presents a lot of biodiversity within our species of plants and animals as well. But an interesting fact about us is that half of our species on the island are actually endemic to our nation, meaning they only exist here. And so because we have every kind of environment represented on the island, it means that these areas are generally small and contained, which makes them more prone to issues like deforestation or soil erosion. And so my concrete plan is actually in line with Cuba's 100-year plan to promote and protect our environment, being that we expand the margins of our protected areas, like our protected marine resource, Las Jardines de la Reina, in order to create more environment that is covered by legislation and protected by legislation, so that corporations cannot encroach on the boundaries.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Hi, Sheyla.
Hello.
All right, I'm very happy to hear that you like doing cleanups. How do you think can you level up your cleanups? I ask that because I am reminded by an effort done by several friends here in the Philippines where they do an actual accounting of the trash that they receive, and they try to get in touch with these companies who are actually polluting the oceans. What's your suggestion?
Of course. So one suggestion I have that's actually already in motion and being developed is that the organization Earth Day and the Great Global Cleanup, which I'm partnered with, is actually developing a worldwide map of all cleanups that are happening. And so people in their local communities can go online and see cleanups that are going to happen and register as a volunteer for them, so that they're more aware of what's already going on in the area. They can register a cleanup that they're going to host themselves to get other people from the communities to pitch in. or you can even click on past cleanups to see the specifications of what was cleaned up, and that way we can keep a better log of what are our biggest sources of pollution in a given area. And so I would like to see more development in that area as well. I do marathon cleanups, which instead of doing a series of a bunch of small cleanups, I actually do large scale ones, like this past World Cleanup Day, where I collected over 25 gallons, 100 pounds of trash single-handedly over the course of 6 hours.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Cuba. That was very wonderful. You speak so eloquently. Up next.